Oh my goodness, another big free agent off the books. What is going on? It's not even 2020 yet, and everyone's signing left and right. Crazy stuff. It is Anthony Rendon heading to Los Angeles, but not for the Dodgers, thank God. It's for the Angels. So the Los Angeles Angels signed Anthony Rendon. We're going to talk about that, and we're going to talk about the chances of the Angels competing in 2020. Let's do it.
And he drives it into right center field, hit a ton. This baby is way back out of here.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the HUMM Baby Baseball channel. I want to remind everyone, if you're not subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button. I'm giving away this bobblehead this weekend to a subscriber. Bruce Bochy World Series bobblehead is going out Saturday, so stay tuned for that. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. What you waiting for? Let's talk about the Angels. So the Angels just finished sending over Will Wilson, a young top prospect, to the Giants because they also threw in Zach Cozart to get rid of that contract so they can afford a big free agent. And I thought that was going to probably be Garrett Cole, and that was probably their target, but it didn't work out. Cole signs with the Yankees, so now the Angels instead turn their attention to Anthony Rendon, and he is signing with the Angels. 7 years, $245 million. Big contract. Congratulations to Anthony Rendon. Sorry, Nationals fans, but at least you got Strasburg back. So Anthony Rendon heading to LA, and this is good news for the Angels, but I think that their big problem was the rotation. That's why it was assumed they were going to go for a pitcher, a top starter, but instead, right now anyway, it's Rendon. And Rendon is joining a team that's already pretty loaded offensively. You got Shohei Ohtani, and that was a guy who I honestly thought was going to be a good pitcher, a very good pitcher, but I always thought he just wouldn't hit at the big league level as well as people thought he would. I thought he'd be like, a really, really good hitting pitcher. Incorrect. He is really good consistently around 285 with power, and he is going to be further removed from that Tommy John surgery. So Rendon joins him, and there's this other guy in the Angels, and he's pretty decent. You might have heard of him. He might help out a little bit. He's got a nice arm. He's got a decent bat. He can run a little bit. I don't know. He's all right. His name's Mike Trout. Not to mention future Hall of Famer Albert Pujols. I mean, geez, I just named about 4 superstars, and they're not all in their prime, but dang, that is a lot of good players. Not to mention Justin Upton, and Justin Upton is not as old as you might think. He's only 32, coming off of a rough season, had some injuries, but he's out there to try to prove that he can still play. So Justin Upton, that's 5 pretty big names offensively right there. The Angels are looking pretty good. The downside of the move is obvious. They don't improve their rotation. The rotation wasn't good last year. Just wasn't. Ohtani was hurt. He had his surgery. Tommy John, he should be coming back very soon, and that's going to obviously help a ton. But what about besides Ohtani? Their depth chart shows Andrew Heaney as their ace, and over the past 2 seasons, he's been 13-16 with a 4.42 ERA. Doesn't sound like an ace to me. He's nice, but he is their number 1 guy. And they also got Dylan Bundy in a trade with the Orioles, and he was 7-14 last year with a 4.79 ERA. And the year before that, he led the major leagues with 17 losses, and he also led the major leagues in home runs given up. So I don't mean to be rude, but when I look at the Angels rotation, and I just, let me choose my words carefully, but it looks like crap. So I have to assume that the Angels are going to make another move and try to bolster that rotation and get at least, they might think about getting a couple arms. There's really not a whole lot of great starting pitching on the free agent market other than the top 2 or 3 guys left who I'll talk about, but I don't know other than that what they're going to do. Hopefully they got some good arms coming up through the minor leagues. I didn't do a ton of research into it, but I did see they have some talent down there. You don't know how that's going to work at the big league level, but right now the rotation that they're showing me, I don't see that as a championship team or even a playoff team. They need to improve that rotation. Their bullpen is not exactly dominant. They got Robles as their closer, and he showed some serious stuff in 2019. I think he's going to probably work out for them. 23 saves, 2.48 ERA, more strikeouts than innings pitched. He's a nice closer, but other than that, pretty average. They got Ty Buttrey. He's a solid arm. He strikes out a lot of guys. They got Felix Pena. He's up and coming. He strikes out a lot of guys. But overall, their problem is pitching. They're going to need more pitching. They're going to need a starter or 2, maybe a bullpen arm or 2 to really bolster that pitching staff. And obviously there are a few names still out there. Bumgarner comes to mind. The Angels are looking at Bumgarner, and I'd certainly rather him go there than the other team in LA. But that's an option out there. You also got Hyunjin Ryu and Rich Hill from the Dodgers, and if they feel like they want to go ahead, take a short drive to the other side of town and play for the Angels, that's an option for them. If they're interested, I'm sure the Angels would love to have either of those arms because they need more pitching. Dallas Keuchel is the other free agent pitcher out there. Other than that, really drops. I don't see much more pitching free agents out there that will help. So the Angels, I feel like, need to either make a trade, they need to make a free agent signing of one of these guys I just mentioned, they need to do something. Otherwise, 2020 is not going to be their year. I just don't see it. I mean, yeah, obviously these pitchers could just have great years suddenly. Ohtani can come back and win 20 games. It could happen. But other than that, other than the unlikely, I don't see it happening for the Angels. But I do love this move offensively. I mean, obviously, I'm surprised they made this move and didn't go for, someone else. Maybe those other guys, those other pitchers they were in contact with, maybe they weren't interested. Maybe they thought, hey, we're going to miss out on all the free agents. We need to sign somebody. So they signed somebody. I'm curious what Angels fans think about this move. I'm sure they're happy because you got one of the best hitters in the game, one of the best defensive third basemen in the game. So you got to be happy, but you also got to be worried about that pitching staff, I would assume. Thank you guys so much for joining me today on this video. Hope you all are having a fantastic day. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Giving away this bobblehead this weekend, probably on Saturday. Gonna pick out a name of one of my subscribers and gonna mail out this Bruce Bochy bobblehead to that particular individual. Feel free to leave a comment in the comment section below, and we'll talk to you next time. See ya!
When the Giants come to town,